Yes, we welcome you to another program. Yes, we welcome you to another program, Connecting the Dots on DBS Radio. It is a pleasure to have you on today. Good morning, people. Another Saturday, another program. We should have fun in the heat, eh? A lot of heat today, but we have a guest. I tell you, we will sort of bring some warmth, calmness. There's a chalet outside, I tell you, but we'll cool that down. It is that time again, people. Bonjour, bonjour. Bon samedi, kuma ouye, kuma bagay, kamache. So we must give thanks for another day. Gratitude is a must, so we must give thanks and praise. Let me see if my copy, Nigel Francis, is here. Let me see. Nigel, bonjour. How you doing? Comment ouye? Nigel? Yes, okay, I hear you cracking there in my headphone there. Let me fix that up.
Cracking up? No, that's not a good thing, man.
Okay, I hear you clearly now. How you doing,
you
Nigel?
hear me clearly now.
Yeah,
I'm good. Mola. There's something because I'm I got you before.
Yes. I was saying, Nigel, we have so much to be thankful for, eh?
We do.
A lot to be thankful for. In spite of the heat, we have to be thankful for so much.
Yes, it's been pretty hot my way as well, the last couple of days,
Pretty hot, Nigel. And I'm hearing that it will be intense heat, in months to come. So it will be even hotter than what we have right now, Nigel. So I don't know, boy, Nigel.
And then of course we have the predictions for very active seasons. So
Yeah, and June comes very soon. Very soon.
I told our friend Nath, who is up the side. I told him, they need to do something about that.
Nigel.
Yes.
Boy, Nigerians, I need a cooler, something to cool me, man.
Something to cool you down.
Because I stay inside a lot. I try to stay inside because Nigel, that sun, I cannot take too much of the sun. Seriously.
Yes.
Man.
It is hot. And unlike home, Dominica, where you have a little shade, a little breeze blowing through, you have the little trees and everything, in the concrete space. You don't have much of that.
Yeah.
Although luckily for me, in my area where I live, it's quite a few trees, so I'm good enough. But it's hot.
That's good, yes. I mean, I live close to a lot of trees as well, but I don't know. There's something that the sun is penetrating all the greenery. And, boy, Niger. But anyway, thanks.
It's a quick reminder for those who still don't believe in climate change. So it's the quick reminder that this is what it is. But it has been hot, man.
It has been hot. Really hot, especially at nights. And all right, but we move on. That's the Commonwealth for you. Everything goes.
It's a mixture. It's a mix.
Yes. We adapt. We will adapt to the changes that are here. A busy weekend, Nigel. By the way, a very busy weekend. Of course, it's the Feast of St. Isidore. So Lale, Grand Bay will be on fire. All of that. It's Santofe as well, preparing something massive for this year. So the action is on this weekend. It's also a holiday weekend, Nigel. A lot is coming up as well in the diaspora as well.
Pentecost Monday. Pentecost Monday, that's what it is.
Pentecost Monday, Whit Monday.
Yes, Pentecost Monday, Whit Monday, yes.
Yeah, so a lot is happening.
It's a lovely weekend at home in Dominica. I mean, man, listen, you're beautiful, you're lovely. We had a May Day weekend a couple of weeks ago, and now we have Pentecost weekend. So we're enjoying the weekends and the days off.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yes, we have to enjoy it. So, by the way, Nigel, you know that the National Bank of Dominica is sponsoring the program today, so we say a big thank you to them. They were on a short while ago, so like an extension of Connecting the Dots, because they specifically wanted to talk to the diaspora, people in the diaspora, about some big activities that the bank will be having, especially at the Dominica Houston Association. I think they're having an activity next week. The Heritage Day celebration is next weekend. So the NBD will be there, and in Miami as well. Sometime next week, the NBD will be there as well. So, big things happening with the NBD.
Yes, big things, and congratulations to the NBD for doing that outreach program, and we want to invite everybody to come over. Those in Miami area, you come over, to that activity. And then, of course, in Houston as well, on the 25th, 26th, go out there and meet 26. them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, here in Miami, I think it's on the 29th or something like that. So, pretty sure you can get more information on the NBD page, but there's a lot of information we can share as well. I think there's some places you can visit it. You can visit them there. There's going to be giving you all the information you need about NBD and how you can do your banking from right up here.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. So we have some information to give you as we go along. But Nigel, you looked at the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Did you look at some of it?
I sure did. I looked at different clips here and there. Looked at the opening with Michele and others, and of course I could not forget not to look at, the Princess of Song herself, Mikel. So I saw a little bit of that.
I think Mikel is more than a princess. We need to elevate it. And a long time we have to do
graduating
this.
To Queen,
that princess bagay Nigel, I don't know,
she's now graduating to
man. Mikel graduated long time
the
ago.
kind of performance I saw there,
Yes,
and the way I saw the crowd singing along, especially to Purple Rain. From Prince.
You think she sing Purple Rain?
And all her other renditions. And, and big up to Colton T as well for doing his thing as well.
Yes, we have to see.
That was big time by Colton T as well. Yes. So, I looked at it, and all the other artists that were there. Amazing, man, amazing.
Man, I tell you, Mikel she just had the audience in a frenzy. And wow, the articles that came out after. And I'm still seeing articles from Barbados, from St. Lucia, and other Caribbean countries. Yes.
I'm seeing, all those coming through. And big up to MO News, too, for being part of the team out there.
Yeah.
You always
part of it as well,
say big up to those people out there. Mikel did her thing and more than her thing. And I'm pretty sure we'll find out more about that. But trust me, man. Mikel is wow. I sat down there and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, and that's not flattery. It's just.
I was feeling and she know that's not flattery. I was feeling proud. One, Dominican representation.
Yes.
That was what it was.
They have to respect
us.
The
way Mikel represented us. She represented herself as well and her brand.
Of course.
Always Dominica is there as well. Dominica. So I just sat down there shaking my head and saying, wow, we have it. We have it.
Yes. My goodness, man.
Yes.
Wow, I tell you.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, so my children told me this since last night, that they'll drop me to work and come for me because they want to just meet Mikel. Can you imagine this? They just want to meet Mikel, be able to touch her and all of that. Although they were the event at the Alias Process, the weekend before, but just goes to show, and I like that when young people can recognize this.
I love when the young people can want to, acknowledge our local superstars, and our local celebrities and stuff like that, and want to shake hands with them and part of it and hear their story and. That's amazing.
Yeah, amazing. So, Nigel, we're not talking much. Well, we go into the Dominica corner. Then we'll check the book.
Dominica corner.
By the way,
Alvin, say good morning. Alvin, say good morning. Before you go to your corner, Alvin, make sure you say good morning. He's not able to be there today.
Yes.
However, because, they have a big activity in Atlanta next weekend as well.
Yes, next weekend
Carnival. As well. Dominic has actually been the marshal for this year.
Yes.
So Asa Banton will be carrying the flag.
Yes.
For Dominica this year at Atlanta Carnival. Yeah. So they have a big event the Friday night, Island Jam or Island something. It's really nice. Last year we went and man, it was good.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can capture from the Atlanta Carnival. Yes, Nigel. Yes, so the Dominica corner quickly, and as I said, my turn again.
Don't give me nothing hard.
Nothing hard. Name 10 songs of Mikel Henderson. I'll help you, Nigel. I don't expect you to name all 10.
You have to do that in front of Mikel.
All
right,
no,
let's go.
Yes.
My pride.
Okay.
And first what I say, I take
my pride.
My pride.
My turn. Home.
Boy, I have Mikel CD. Hold on, let me go for the CD. I'll just pull it from.
Now go so. Dominic Viva. Right. Dominic Viva is another one.
Viva, Dominic Viva.
Tikaila. That's a very good song.
There's another one she did with that thing with Cornell and them. You know the Mexicano CD, man.
Yes, I know Mexicano. But anyway, Where Are You Now is another song of Mikel as well. So I remember that as well. The beat goes on, Nigel. The beat goes on.
The beat goes on.
Deja vu. They come in, Nigel. Deja vu.
Oh, yes. Okay, they come in.
Rebel, that's how it's pronounced? Yes.
You have your CD right in front of you.
No, I haven't got a CD. I should know that, Nigel. I've been playing the songs, for many years. But that song, as you mentioned, the
which one?
As you mentioned, the Dominica Festival CD, the commemorative CD.
Yes, I'm trying
that
to
one
with
the drunk man. Oh gosh, with Elijah
Benoit,
right?
The name of the song,
with Elijah,
man.
I just love that.
Yes,
starts. You think I should let Mikel help us? This is hilarious. Boy,
They should do that.
No, let's bring on Mikel to help us, because especially that song. Nigel, you can
That's
sing
the
this
one
song?
I trying to remember. It's not coming, man.
You can. Okay, not coming. You can sing that song, Nigel. The one of the. You can sing it.
With Mikel, they're going to try and sing.
Try something that you never know, Nigel. You might land a big gig.
I mean, I can hold on to it too, but I don't go and try and sing a song with Mikel song and Mikel there in the studio. Hey.
Okay, so you name about 3, Nigel. So you at least give me 2 more. At least give me 2
more. 2 more. Those of you on Facebook, help me out, please. We need 2 more songs of Mikel. Help me.
Just 2.
Call Kofi James, help me out. I need a song of Mikel. I can't remember the name of the song, man, and I feel bad.
So we said My Pride, we said Home, we said Deja Vu.
You said Deja Vu, the beat goes on.
The beat goes on.
Where You Know.
We said Rebel. I just love this.
There's a French one that you have.
I Am Woman. That's a song as well. Yes.
There's a French
all
one.
over the world. Nigel is another big one as well. All over the world.
There's one. Hold on. There's one my daughter likes very much, man. Oh,
Which one?
Oh man.
Yes,
no.
It will come.
Let me go upstairs and go.
Okay, so it will come. So what we will do, Nigel, check the book quickly. Let's bring on Mikel.
Yes, well, I mean,
what is happening in the book,
Nigel? Good morning to the book. Yes, Mike Drago Love Alone. Good morning to you. Rosalind Severin McLean, of course. Good morning, listening in from New York. Faye Ellen Martin. Good morning to you, my dear. Hope Arthur is good. Carl Kofi James, Leoma Joseph, good morning, saying good morning. I'm looking at 2 very bright faces, Ivona and Nigel, and then we'll have a 3rd bright face in a while. Let's see. Simeon George, good morning to you. Sandra Sales, good morning to you both. Good morning to you too, my dear. Benedict Roy, good morning. Liz is locked on. Good morning to you, Liz, her favorite artist. Mafi Joseph, good morning. So they both going busy. Saying good morning to everybody who was locked on and connected. None of them haven't helped me for another song yet, but that's okay. Oh, somebody tell me, what about the CARICOM theme song?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. But
The
I said that all over the world. That's not it.
What was the title of the song?
No.
What was the title of the CARICOM?
What's the title again, Mikel? What's the title?
It's called Celebrating CARICOM.
Okay, Celebrating
CARICOM.
Yes. Might tell you.
But in all of Nigel's pleas for help, he's been calling the name of a song. Help
me, please.
help me.
Of course, Nigel, that's a song. Yes, Mikel. Yes.
From Mexicano.
I know I was saying something right.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Really.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Yes. All right. So, yes, Bernadette Roman, good morning to you too. And everybody else, good morning. Thanks for connecting. We're going to have a great hour plus with our Mikel.
Yes, Nigel. So let's pray and then we bring Mikel on, right?
Yes.
So you have it closer. Yeah, I have it as well.
Well, I think so. Always have it close. Heavenly Father, creator of mankind and the universe, we thank you for the gift of life today and all the blessings you continue to bestow on your children. We seek your presence and intervention throughout this program. And we ask that you keep us connected always. We also pray for the success of the program, its coordinators and listeners, that they may find purpose and enjoy what we share. Bless our radio station and the nation, and may we grow to love and unite with each other, irrespective of our differences. All this we ask in your name, now and forever. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so here we begin. Nigel, I mean, just imagine, Nigel, me, Ivona, I grew up in Queen Mary Street and Bath Road, so that was my home. And then I made broadcasting a career, and but sitting right next to what I would call a seasoned singer, songwriter, who has traveled the world, Nigel, sharing her soulful voice, and her poignant music. For me, that's a big thing. Seriously, that's a big thing as a broadcaster. It's one thing to play the songs. It's not the first time I have Mikel on with me, eh? But I mean, after that St. Lucia thing, there's something I don't know, just more has been added to her repertoire. My goodness.
Something shook you.
Yes, we are checking. But Nigel and I should be there. We are enjoying that thing live in St. Lucia. We'll have to try something next time. But yeah. But yeah, it's really a pleasure to have Mikel on, daughter of the soil, who has done so much. And I don't know, that princess thing, it doesn't, for me, it's
well, you think it's time for her to graduate?
Oh, she has graduated. She has graduated from that princess, for me, Yes, but I'm placing a zip on my mouth today because I want to hear Mikel sing as well. And Mikel has to sing for us, right, Nigel?
Well, I think she would want to continue sharing the talents in between here and there.
She should be tired, though. May in particular has been very hectic for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, then I can imagine. Plus, you have Fet Isidore there. So I know it's even double pleasure that she made the time to connect with us.
But Mikel is studying as well, and you're not wrong that time is exam, so she may just have exams
yes.
too.
Yes. So we'll find out about that too, because it's always nice when you have the artist to find out about the other side. In terms of what else they're doing.
Yeah.
Mikel is multifaceted, a farmer, musician, artist by your own right. At one point when I was, at grammar school, I thought Mikel was going to be heading more towards the educational pursuits because she had 3 friends, Abigail, Ruth, and I think it was Rachel. I think that was her name.
Dinsha.
If you're not mistaken.
Dinsha. She said Dinsha.
Dinsha, yes.
Francis,
Dinsha Francis, yes. So Dinsha, Abigail, and Ruth.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be the four doctors that were going to come out at some point because they seem to have been pursuing that.
You get
that
a
trend.
twofer. You get a twofer. There are 2 doctors in that mix.
Oh, there. Okay.
Abigail recently
there's Abigail and Dinsha.
And Dinsha is a doctor of philosophy, but yes, she has a doctorate.
Nice. Yes, I saw Abigail just got a doctorate last weekend or something like that. Yes, beautiful.
So you were right on track.
Right on track.
And Nigel, with the way Mikel is put in her studies and studying a lot, she'll reach that,
Yes. She decided to go into the law field, I guess. So she'll tell us a little bit about that side of her as well, you know what I mean? So, hey, Mikel, thanks for connecting again. We appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right. So how do we begin?
Well, we've heard her journey in terms of where she's from and where she grew up and all that. But for those who might have missed that and wondering who is this person, Mikel Henderson, kind of just summarize in a nutshell. Who is Mikel?
Summarize it. You have to tell them you have to have a recording of the last show. They have to watch part 1.
They have to go back to that. Right. I agree with you. But for those who don't know, Mikel is from Grand Bay. Been to the grammar school. I must say grammar school for Ivona. So she went to the grammar school.
And you have to say you were my teacher. You have to say that part.
I have to say I was a teacher.
So he taught you, he taught me.
History, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yes, I have both my students on this morning.
That's right. But I must say that you upaka via EPS, eh?
No.
Oh my gosh. You look the same, but yeah.
I think it's the genes. I hope.
Maybe. Yeah. Are you just happy?
Yeah, that too.
That too.
Yeah.
Yes. Elis, you hear that? I'm happy.
We're talking about Elis, Nigel. We'll have a guest soon, We'll have somebody as a guest soon,
Yes, that's very cool.
But she has a wonderful story to tell.
She does.
Yes, definitely. All right, so Nigel, Mikel is on, and we start by interviewing Mikel then. Are we going to start with first?
Yes, because we've heard her journey, but I'm going to try to connect that journey to now. For those who missed it last time, they can still feel part of it. So, Mikel, I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the four of you, and education seemed to have been the when I say education, meaning the formal education in terms of going for some kind of career and stuff like that. Right. But along the way, music came through.
Yeah.
So, did music choose you, or did you choose music?
Yes. You were correct. First statement is correct. Music chose me. I was born into a musical family. Have a very keen interest in music from a very early age. So, I was fortunate enough to have been nurtured by musicians and having examples like Gordon Henderson in the family, made it all the more real for me that I could actually pursue music as a career. So, yes, I did. I mean, I had academic pursuits as well, but music sort of bubbled up to the surface as the thing that would propel me, into the future. And I embraced it. I loved it. I embraced it, and I jumped head first. And, now that I've sort of made my place in the music industry, and I continue to do so, I've carved out a little bit of time for more academics. Yeah.
So speaking of that, did you at that time, did you get any kind of resistance from family and friends that why are you doing this, Mikel? You're smart enough. Why you want to go into music? Did you get any resistance on that?
I don't know if I'd call it resistance, but caution, yes, of course. My mom was obviously concerned, that I needed to have something to fall back on. That's usually like what people tell their creative students or children when they see them veering in that direction, that you need to have something to fall back on. I can't blame her. She... for her, music was something of a pastime. It wasn't something that was considered a career so much. But although she exposed me to people like Gordon and Ophelia and so on, but my mom still, I out of an abundance of caution, she did have to tell me, I know you really want to go into this music thing, but your education is also important. She wasn't wrong. But as a parent, I've chosen a different approach myself. I have a daughter who's very keenly interested in the arts. And it is my goal, my duty to ensure that she pursues the arts, because that's what she really wants to do. And I'm not going to have her abandon academics, but I'm not going to force any other, thing or goal for her on her if that's what she really wants to do. So I've just taken a slightly different approach to ensuring that she gets to pursue 100% the dream that she has to be in the arts.
Okay. Nice. I like that because oftentimes parents might try to steer you into the direction they want you to go.
Correct.
And not try to nurture it both. You know what I mean? Right, so yes, right. I love that.
Yeah, whereas my mother was concerned, she did have a concern and she shared that concern. She didn't prevent me from going into music. She still encouraged me to get into music. And then because my father was there, she felt a little more comfortable because my dad would come with me when I was very young to gigs, so she felt like a certain level of assurance that I would be okay. And today, she's my number one fan, so I think it worked out well.
I know the last time you were on, of course, you spoke about your dad. We know your dad passed. He was very much involved in basketball.
Yes, and cricket.
And cricket.
Yes.
And culture as well, in music and all of that.
Yes, for sure. Yes, founding member of La Jeune Étoile. Wrote a lot of the traditional songs and so on. Yep.
You ever thought of doing a remix of some of the songs of La Jeune Étoile Chorale?
I haven't thought of specifically La Jeune Étoile, but I have thought of doing remixes of some of the traditional songs. I did. I mean, with Sasa Esa by Sisi Cordero. We do that. That's part of our standard jazz repertoire. We did it in St. Lucia as well.
Okay.
But it's something that I would like to complete the project. That was just one song, and it turned out so well. We jazzed up a traditional piece, and I'm thinking of doing that with some other traditional folk pieces because they do lend themselves to that type of treatment.
Yes. Nice. Did your dad write you any songs prior to him passing?
Well, my dad actually started writing. My father died when I was 16, so he didn't have a lot of time to write much, but he did start writing a song that he would play on the guitar, a beautiful he had a 12-string guitar, and he started writing these 2 lines. He only had 2 lines. And the song is called Angels. It's on my very first album. And so I completed that song. I used the first 2 lines that he started, and I finished the song. And to be honest, it's actually one of my, if not the favorite songs that I've ever written. So that one has a special place in my heart. So although he didn't write it particularly for me, it sort of lended itself to my healing, because I actually got to complete it, and I completed it in such a way that it allowed me to let him go, just actually let go of the pain and the grief that I had.
And you kept the words that he started with, right?
Yeah, I did. The first 2 lines are exactly his words. Okay. And then I finished it. Wow. So if you find it, you'll find it on my first album. Maybe you should listen to it, Ivona. You might find a new favorite.
And it's called what?
It's called Angels. Angels, in brackets, Pieces has an alternate title, which is Peace, Angels. Peace, right. So
would you have released that one before We Are You Now? Because I know when he died, you did We Are You Now.
I think it's on the same album.
Okay, all right. So
it's been so long. But I think it's on the.
Mikel saying like she's old.
No, it's not on the same album. Maybe it's not on the same album. But it would have been. I think Where Are You Now probably was publicized first, but that song was
all right. So that's what I wanted to find out. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, wow. I don't know why I'm feeling for a song.
Are you feeling for Angels?
You can't have Mikel in the studio and not.
Are you feeling for Angels?
But that too. That's a good song to start with. What would you sing for us, Mikel, if we were to ask you to sing a song as we start this program?
What is your request?
Boy, so many. We named 10 songs. You probably went more than 10. And you have so many more, of course.
Oh, yeah. The other day when they did the tribute at Alliance, I was like, when did I write all these songs, man? But I've written a lot of music that actually hasn't even been published yet. So, yeah, there's a lot. But it's up to you, the audience.
What song comes to mind now that you'd want to sing for us at this time? It could be the one you mentioned about the mix you did, or something you did in St. Lucia. I know Purple Rain, you would have to do that for us sometime.
Later.
Yes, later.
But I wish you would get it probably to play later. But the song, I'll sing a little bit of it that my dad wrote. These are his lines. The wind whistles on through the trees and whispers softly good day. An old man is lost in the woods and sings his heart away. He smiles as he walks through the trees. Gentle drops on his face. He falls into sleep true and deep. I forgot the last line. Just something away. Why do you cry? Peace has taken over his mind. Why do you cry? 'Cause angels don't say goodbye. Okay.
Wow. Angels don't say goodbye.
No.
Lovely.
I'm mixing up the words because I'm having more than one verse coming in my mind.
Does it happen? I mean, it's interesting that you mentioned that because you have so many songs.
It happens a lot.
Okay.
But I mean, if you're used to performing, you're used to actually just throwing lines in there quickly and fixing it up. But it happens.
So like how does Calypsonians just forget a thing?
Absolutely, but that happens. It happens to everybody. It happens to all artists. Because there's so many. When you think about it, you think about the repertoire of an artist, not only your songs, but you have songs of other people that you've learned. I know that I have memorized thousands of songs. So yeah, every now and then a line might skip you, Yeah, it's amazing to me to watch people like Chubby, because Chubby doesn't miss one line at all. And this man has songs upon songs upon songs.
Yeah.
And to think that he never wrote them down. He just has them in his head. That's a skill.
You sang the song of this American artist. I'm trying to remember. Gosh.
When?
Was it Beyonce or Adele? You did a cover. not a live performance. I think it's. I can also find it on YouTube. You did a cover of one of the songs.
Ooh,
I just can't remember. But anyway,
I think you did it. I think you did it at some. Was it? Was it
Rise Up by Andra
Right,
Day?
that's it.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, let's go with this one.
You
Mikel.
like that one?
Yes, I love
my
this.
God.
I love this. I love the song, and to hear Mikel belt it out is just something
Andra
else.
Days. Yeah, she's amazing too. You're broken down and tired of living life on this merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, and we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We'll walk it out and move mountains. And I rise up, rise like the day. I rise up, rise unafraid. I rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
Yes.
I'm gonna make
Naturally
you
waiting for more.
My voice is tired, but you make me busy.
No, I'm just sitting here, and I'll tell you. I mean, not only am I amazed at the vocal talent and everything else, but it's the humility. It's the way in which I mean, is that something that was kind of grounded in you, Mikel, to always remain humble in spite of, or is it along the way things have caused you to end up being that?
You should have met my mom. I'm grateful for the upbringing I had. I'm very, very grateful because I realized my parents were two very genuine people who were concerned about the welfare of their children. And so they took the time out to instruct us appropriately. My mom was a little too strict, but I understand where she was coming from. I understand that her method came from her faith, from her strong desire to see her children succeed. She may not have done it, both of them, I mean, they may not have done it perfectly, but they did an awesome job. Because I look at my siblings and myself and I say, wow, we got the good end of the bargain, you know. Our parents were there for us all the time, and they really instilled in us some great values that allow us to be successful in our various areas of life, and we are fortunate enough to be able to pass that on to our children. So kudos to my parents, my mom and my dad, and my extended parents too, because I had aunties and uncles who did the same, and so they reinforced what our parents were teaching. People from our church who, you know, everybody was an auntie and uncle, you know, the community. And so we were very, very fortunate to have grown up in that environment, and we see the fruits of that today.
Nice. The importance, that foundation is so important.
Absolutely. Village, let me tell you something. It takes a village. That is an old maxim, but it really does take a village.
Oh yes, this adage rings true.
You know, my teachers, people like Pearl Christian, and we just, may her soul rest in peace, put to rest, Patricia Benjamin. The other day, my former principal. People like that really do shape who you are, even from the tenderest of ages, you know, when you're 2-3 years old and you're going to preschool, teacher Bertha. I mean, can you imagine that? I remember the influence of my preschool teacher. And just so you know, I went to preschool at 1.5 years. Just so you know.
1.5 years?
Because my sister was in preschool at 3. And I would cry. The preschool was just next to our house, and I would cry. So my mother brought me to preschool. I actually have a memory of sitting in the preschool, you know, with a bottle in my hand. So I remember teacher Bertha Tit. If wherever you are, if you're listening, I think maybe she might be in the Virgin Islands. But I remember her. I remember her being a very gentle, kind, patient person, you know. And so imagine from that early age, that marked me, and so her influence also is part of my story. So it's important for people to understand how much you influence others through your behavior, your mannerisms, your actions, your words.
Wow. Yeah. Connecting the dots with Mikel Henderson. What a wonderful guest. Let me just remind Dominicans overseas residing in Houston, they can visit the NBD team on Saturday, May 25th. So that's next week Saturday from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Hampton Inn near Galleria. You can engage with the NBD folks and find out more about how you can do business, such as purchasing land or building your home in Dominica. And on Sunday, May 26th, next week Sunday, the NBD team will be available at the Houston Association picnic at George Bush Park to further discuss your needs. So in Nigeria, we just had to take this moment to big up the NBD, sponsors of the program.
Oh yes, definitely so. And to invite everybody out there to go and meet with the NBD team and see what you can do in terms of investing. Because one of the things that I know, your time at Cairo School of Music, right? Which of course we don't have now. Do you think that in a way we've lost some institution that could have developed other artists like yourself currently?
Yes and no. Yes, I do, because Cairo School of Music was quite an institution. A lot of people I know who are successful now went through the Cairo School of Music. But we also have institutions like Christian's musical class, and that are still running. We have Henkel Muriel Music Workshop with Pearl Christian that is still running. So there are, I'm not sure if Valley is still teaching, but there are still some institutions that are producing some good musicians, because you look at the government band and it's largely young people. So we still have, we actually still have a good sort of conveyor system.
There are
still
a lot of people still doing a lot. Ian Jackson is doing his own,
exactly. Lloyd is teaching drums.
And even put pen to paper, I'm trying to remember his name. He and Shelley
and
Trilogy,
the King, right, exactly. I was part of that, the initial, the initiative. So we still have, whereas they are not as structured as you would have like a Cairo School of Music, which I think is important. We should actually, on a national level, I honestly think that's something that the government should actually think about, that we should have a national institute of music.
Yes, I agree.
That teaches the arts. So you have...
We have the Dominica Institute for the Arts. I'm not sure how much they're doing with music, though.
I understand that, but it needs to be a little more... Great, if we have to funnel it through the Dominica Institute of the Arts, but it needs to be a bit more structured. We need an actual academy
I agree.
that teaches an arts academy, because we have a wealth of talent that is unexplored. And as you can see with Dominican talent, let's just look at what's happening now. It's akin to what happened back in the 70s when Dominican music was proliferated all around the region and the world. And the same thing is happening now with Ace, myself, Colton, Carlin, XP. So Dominican talent is on par there. We can actually compete. We just need, the support, the ground, foundation level support to sort of encourage the young people, and also to give them actual sound music education.
Definitely.
Because
it has to encompass everything.
Yeah, they are learning on the way, by the wayside, some of them. But we need more, and those whose parents can afford to send them to private music classes do so. But there are a lot of people with good talent that probably do not have access to instruments and, the fees that are required to take private music lessons. But if they had an academy that provided that for them, we would see a lot more musicianship, I think, come out of Dominica that we've seen in the past years.
Definitely. Wow, this is deep. I love this discussion. We need to stay on this a little, though. Yeah.
I'd love to be part of an initiative like that, to spearhead something like that really focuses on developing the creative arts.
Definitely. Because Mikel, you know that we have a lot of talent at schools as well. The Schools Arts Festival recently.
Exactly. I look at the singers at Schools Arts Festival. I was there for the solo performance. I was like, wow, we have so much talent. And I don't want anybody in the other countries to feel less than, but Dominica has amazing talent, man.
We are pregnant with talent.
Amazing talent.
Yes. I look at the ladies giving tribute to Mikel Henderson just recently, and I was like, wow.
We have so many great singers and performers.
In the church, you can go in the church and find them too.
I'm going to tell you that. You see the SDA school, I don't know what they give the students up there, but these kids are talented beyond measure, you know, and I would love to see them on a world stage. I'd like to see them develop that talent to the point where they become world renowned. And those are the things that put Dominica on the map. Definitely. I'm not sure if our authorities are paying attention. What puts us on the map right now, where we can actually compete, is arts and sports. Okay, we have ASI's Grand Marshal of the Carnival in Atlanta. You know, we have Alec Athanas, we have Kavem Hodge, and we have all these guys doing great things in cricket. You know, so in sports, we have COAF on and you know in cycling and the young man from what's his name there.
We have
the younger one.
We have so many. We have Hamilton. We
Mr. Kazimi, right?
If we had to start naming names,
I'm telling you. So, but we are competing with the world on those levels. We have Thea Lafont. We are competing. We have people who are gold medalists at world standard. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that's where we really should consider a huge chunk of our investment needs to go into our human resource in these areas, because we are actually showing promise already in these areas. So I'm looking forward to if I'm putting myself out there, I would love to help with some initiative like that, where we put together an actual concerted effort at creating a structure for channeling those talents. You know, man, and so we focus on a sports academy that really works, and we hire people to train football players and to train cricketers to the world-class standards, okay? And we get the scouts to come here and look at them, you know, that can be something that, because it's human resources, it's the best resource, it's the most valuable resource we have, you know? So we need that investment, and we need the same thing for music and arts.
That's a wonderful idea, Nigel. That's so, because we have so much talent.
I love that.
Let me tell you, this happened in South Korea.
Even at preschools, you know, you can go to the preschools and you can see it from there, you know.
The example of South Korea actually did this. The government decided to invest in academies to teach their people how to make movies, how to act, how to dance, how to sing. And right now, Korean drama and Korean music is at the top of the world stage. So, I mean, the Paradise won an Oscar the other day. BTS is the biggest group. You know, so there's that investment actually pays off.
Yeah, we need to do that. I really agree with what you said. We need to do more in drama as well, you know, writing short skits, you know,
theater,
and making money from this.
We used to have a thriving theater industry.
Goodness. Yeah, it was booming.
Yeah,
theatrical productions was on a high back in the day.
A huge thing. Huge thing. Would sell out. You know, Arawak was packed. People come 3 nights in a row to come and look at that. At plays, and so we need to get back to that, because I think there's more to be. There's so much more we can glean, we can accomplish, and we can promote the country through arts and sports.
Nigel, I really love this, because I'm even thinking of other things as well. You know, last week and this week as well. Whilst driving, I saw these young guys beating the drum. You know, on independent streets. Young guys, pretty young guys, and beating that taboo. I'm thinking of Rasmo and all of that, but I'm also thinking that there are other drummers in Dominica as well. Yeah. So all these things we need to harness. We need to harness these talents.
We have those talents, and those talents pay dividends when you actually
definitely
you bring them up to a level that the world has to pay attention, and then you can't pay. After that point, the kind of marketing you get from that, you can't pay for it. The kind of notoriety that the island gets from those types of successes, we gotta pay for it. You know.
I love this discussion.
It's
Nigel.
Invaluable. Yeah.
And I'm just sitting back listening because I love when
when Mikel speaks.
I don't want to say the next generation, but I love when people like Mikel and others in her generation can begin to expand on those things and take the lead and want to create things that we've been trying to do. So I love that. So I'm just sitting back and smiling and enjoying this. You know what I mean?
It's one thing to be a musician and a celebrated one, going on stage, and people love to hear you, they love to see you and all of that. They love when you sing and you can hold a note, a song that is vocally challenging. But when they understand as well that you're also involved, much more involved than just going on stage in the music, and in helping it, that just speaks well for musicians.
Which leads me to an association that you were either part of or you're still part of, which is the Dominica Association of Musicians and Performing something. I don't know the exact
Association of Music Professionals.
Right, music professionals. Yes.
Right.
Is that still in existence? And if so, okay, it is.
Yes.
So what role do you see them playing? What are they
I'm
supposed to be doing
still
there?
currently the vice president. Shelley is the
Okay,
president.
okay.
And it's been quite busy for everybody, but as you know, Shelley himself is a quite busy guy. But what we did in the past was to sort of try and educate the musicians, the members, a little bit more about the business of music. We had a few workshops which were very good for those who attended. Not everybody attended, but for those who did attend, they found them very useful. And I also want to continue. We plan to continue with that. To sort of educate the membership a bit more about what their role is in the society and also how they can improve not only their craft but their knowledge of the industry so that they function more successfully. You know, and music becomes more of a viable industry than just something you really enjoy doing that you make money on the side doing. Because we really want to professionalize the way people conduct their music affairs in Dominica, not just music, but the industries around music as well. You know, so even with promoters and how they present their shows and those kinds of things, we want to sort of elevate it. And there has been, you can see that there's, you know, you look at the types of events we're having and you can see there's an improvement in the way it's presented. Our tickets, marketing, everything is kind of on the way up. So that's the trajectory. So the AMP is also interested in continuing along that vein. And because we don't have funds to do much, you know, as an organization, but we can educate our people.
Yes, educate our people.
We can
because
share.
We
can share the information we have amongst ourselves to sort of.
That is crucial. I was reading recently about AI being a threat to the music industry. So things like that, you know, we have to.
You have to know how to use those. The thing is, every time some new technology comes around, we consider it a threat. You know, like humans in general.
It can assist, but we also have to be careful. So I think can maybe take, you know,
there's
the lead
caution,
in that.
Of course, as with everything. But there's also ways that we can use AI.
Oh yes. But we don't want it to sabotage and undermine, our creative artists.
AI should never, and I saw this on a meme somewhere, AI should never replace creativity. You know, AI should be used to facilitate tasks that human beings cannot do or human beings have problems doing. So we use the computers and the robots to handle that. But when it comes to creating and to poetry and music and art, that is a distinctly human thing. And whereas right now I'm seeing people using AI more for those things than solving the actual problems that humankind has, you know.
But that would be a good discussion for
I've seen where you have singers who are using AI now to song better rather than go to school and improve their vocal quality.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. But along with Amdo, and something that I know you're also interested in, and let me say congratulations, by the way, to Gordon Henderson for his
recent award.
Yes. And what he's been able to show that as an artist you can do.
I was trying to say the name, Nigel, I don't want to interrupt you. What is it, Mikel, how do you say congratulations in French?
Félicitations.
Okay. Yes, Nigel, go ahead.
Yes. But I would say, along that line though, Mikel, in terms of and I know probably your own individual interest, how do we get our artists to understand the whole thing of copyright and earning resources from their music and their work?
Right. So that's a sensitive point for me, because I used to be a director of ECHO, the Eastern Caribbean Collection Agency for Music Rights. And part of the issue is that people don't have a clear understanding of how these systems work. And so they listen to a lot of propaganda and they'll say, oh, well, I've heard they don't pay and they do that. And I'm like, but you have to understand that to be able to collect the types of monies that actually pay really substantial royalties, we need membership. And if you're not a member, then guess what happens? We don't collect that money. You know, we don't collect as much money. And even if we do collect money, when the distributions are done, if you are not registered, that money goes to other people who are registered. So you are actually cheating yourself by not being a registered member of these societies and not declaring your works and not putting yourself into that database that is used to decide who gets what. So people are, I think, out of a lack of information, making the wrong decisions and kind of staying away from societies that are actually there to help you to accomplish those goals you have in music. And royalties is, I mean, look at artists who write. Stevie Wonder doesn't have to ever write a song ever in his life again. He will live off royalties till the day he dies. You know, and we have to consider that those things are very important. You have to consider your children. If you're a musician, you leave an inheritance for your children. You may consider things like people like Mozart and these guys who painted fantastic pieces whose work only became, you know, popular after they passed. So you have to consider that as well. You know that your children and grandchildren, probably great-grandchildren, might be able to benefit from something you did, you know, back in the day. If you only put certain things in place for them, you know. So, and here in Dominica, copyright is, I think, for your lifetime and up to 70 years after. So that's 3 generations that could benefit from the work that you did if you only put the right things in place. You know, it's important. I don't think people understand how important it is, you know, and you might not get that dollar today, but it will come in the future.
Important. Definitely so. Yes, and I really hope our Dominican musicians, artists, you know, producers and so on, can understand the importance of that.
Absolutely, but this is how the entire industry runs. Like I don't know how we don't see that the whole industry runs this way. It runs on rights, you know, and all over the world. You look at all the major artists. That's how they make money. We just want to run on passion. We love the music.
But there's more. There's much more to it.
Oh, there's an infinite. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And you're not getting your piece of the pie by just saying, well, I love my song and I just put it on YouTube and I don't want to upset anybody, so I'm not saying anything about my rights. Well, yeah, there's a different way to do it. And if you want to compete with the people out there, that's what they're doing. They're securing their publishing rights, they're securing their copyright, and they are ensuring that their work is protected when it's used, you know, and that they and their generations to come actually get some monetary benefit from it.
Sure. Wow. Yeah. Nigel, that's deep, boy. I tell you, when you bring Mikel on, it's more than just music, you know.
It's more than just music.
Yeah, you get good information because Mikel is living it as well, so she can speak about it.
It's my life, exactly.
Yeah, so it is alive. It is alive.
I'm encouraging anybody who's listening, any of the artists who are listening, to reach out to me, you know, whether it's on Facebook or reach out to me, because some have. People have reached out to me and asked me where can they find the forms, how can they register, and I recommend the Eastern Caribbean agency because no other agency actually collects in the Caribbean.
That's
so people talking to me, Echo, about ASCAP and BMI and all those things. Yes, that's fancy, that's wonderful, and you can be a member of those too, but they don't collect here. Echo collects here. So it's pointless for you to actually be a member of an American society when the American society itself doesn't actually collect anything here. ECHO collects on behalf of the American society. But if you are a member of that society, you're going to have to pay an administrative fee to ECHO, and then you pay another administrative fee to the American society, and so you're left with very little. So it is better, it's in your interest to become, if you're in the Eastern Caribbean, to become a member of ECHO. And I know people have issues with ECHO, but it's up to us, the membership, to actually solve those issues. So if we are not members, then the issues are not going to be solved. So that's the mindset, that's the frame of mind. You have to look at it that way, that it's for there to be a good remedy for the whatever complications there are. We have to be the ones to step up and do it,
and that will provide a louder voice.
Absolutely. So the strength in numbers, that is why ASCAP and BMI have power, because they have hundreds of thousands of artists. You know what I mean? So and they have bargaining power.
So there should be no infighting. Let's stop this.
None, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like we kicking ourselves in the foot. We should actually join. All of us should join this movement. As far as I'm concerned, the entire Caribbean should be one organization. The whole of it, because we don't, even as the Eastern Caribbean, we don't even have the numbers that can knock on the doors of Apple Music and those kinds of people. We have to join with Latin America.
We have to bind forces, but we have to connect our dots, right? We have to strengthen our ties.
Right. So now we are, as a combined Caribbean, there's a combined umbrella agency of all these associations in the Caribbean, and that association had to join with the Latin American Association to even get an audience with the Facebooks and the Apples. Yeah, so we don't have the numbers. So there's no need for us to fight right now. We don't even have the numbers as a region, far less for us to try and individuate.
I agree.
You know, exactly.
We have to see this as important because so many times there are so many regulations and so many times when you feel that you are kicking at goal, you find that the goal post is being shifted.
It's shifted.
But if you have a strong voice because you're part of a large grouping. You know, you can speak louder and people will hear you.
So kudos to those who
and I think it goes to the whole thing of financial literacy. People don't understand
that too.
Those are the basic things about.
That's why artists have to inform themselves. It's a big job, you know. It's not just writing a song and going up and sing and maybe getting hits and likes and all of that. There's more to it. You have to educate yourself.
You have to educate yourself. And I wish more people would join the association. There's a Facebook page, Association of Music Professionals. Check it out. Look at the videos and send a message to the admin, you know, and we will add you to the group. And whenever we have these workshops where we talk about these issues, you can be part of it and you can learn something, you know, and you can reach out to those of us who have walked that road and we can share our experiences with you and we can help you to navigate so that you don't have the same pitfalls that some of us went through, you know.
She's not keeping it to herself.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, you can talk to anybody who was part of my seminar. I said, listen, this is what my contract looks like. I gave them, I said, this is it. This is not a secret. This is what you're supposed to ask for when you're an artist, okay? This is what the promoter is supposed to provide you. Here's how you present it. I don't remember how many 20-something pages, but you can see how the artists at that level, how they present their contract. It's not some 2-page, you know, little thing that says blah, blah, blah. You can have a concise version of your contract for simple gigs. But then there are specific things. For example, if you're going to be on the World Creole Music Festival, if you're going to be on jazz, if you're going to be called to Trinidad to do a gig or to do carnival, there are things that you need to put into those documents to ensure that you as an artist are protected and you get what is rightfully yours and the promoters actually do what it is they say they're going to do. Because I cannot tell you the horror stories of people who have traveled and end up in compromising situations that they have to spend their own money to get back home because you don't have a proper contract. Exactly. So those things are very, very important. And if you're young, upcoming, and you're unsure about it, please reach out to us. Reach out to the Association of Music Professionals. We will help you. I will tell you. There's people on there that can help you with publicity and marketing, and just reach out and let's do it together as a group. You know, so that everybody will glean from each other. Where I am weak, you might have something that you're strong at that I can learn from you, and we exchange. You know, that's the whole idea.
Wow, the Caribbean diva, the soulful singer. Let's just give a plug to NBD again, Nigel, because we have a message as well for people in Miami, Dominicans residing in Miami, as Mikel thinks of another song. So Dominicans residing in Miami can visit the NBD team on Tuesday, the 20th of May, from 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Spring Hill Suites. You can engage with the NBD folks and find out more about how you can do business, such as purchasing land or building your home in Dominica. And on Wednesday, May 29, the NBD team will be available at the Spring Hill Suites from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. to further discuss offers tailored to Dominicans residing abroad. Residents in Miami who attend the session on the 29th get a chance to win a trip to Dominica in October to attend the World Creole Music Festival. The winner will also win a season ticket to the event and VIP passes to NBD's corporate booth during the festival. But they have to be present for the chance to win. And they can find out more about the Diaspora Roadshow on NBD's website and Facebook pages. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, man. That's a nice prize.
Interesting, yes. That's a lot. Okay, so what song do you want, Nigel? What song would you like?
What song do I want? What song does Mikel want to give us? Before she leaves, I must hear My Pride because that's my favorite.
Yeah. That was my favorite. My goodness.
Before she leaves, I'm going to.
She sang it last time, so that's why. Yes.
Last time.
But there's something about My Pride that
there's something about
you can't hear it too much. Yes.
I'd love to hear that one.
It speaks to me in a language I can understand myself.
Yes, and
it's funny because I remember when I was 15.
I love Where Are You Now. I also love the.
When I tell the phones, by the way, the phones are going busy. You know. You think I should take a call quickly? All the lines are going busy.
So many of them I love. What's that?
Thank you.
I said all the lines are busy. You think I should take a call quickly?
Take a quick one.
Let's take a quick one. Quicker? Okay.
Quicker.
You are on. Hello?
Cut them off the number.
Yes, let's make it quicker, please. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Michele. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. I'm listening to this program, and I am also from a musical family, and I can remember the day you started. Let me tell you, I want you to clarify something for me.
I didn't hear you.
And we have to be quick. Let's go. Go ahead with the question.
I want you to pronounce something from your name. Some people say Miguel, some people say Mikel, some people say, what is your correct name?
Thank you.
Even from the station itself, they're calling your name Miguel. Your name is not Miguel.
You sure it's not Miguel Labadie they were talking about?
No. Up to this morning I heard it.
Okay, but it's Mikel. But
Mikel, yeah, my name is actually Mikel. No, I can't blame people for calling me Michele because it spells like that. It spells M-I-C-H-E-L-E.
Yeah, but it's M-I-C-H-E-L-L-E, right?
No, it's not
No.
It's
M-I-C-H-E-L-E.
All right.
And that spelling is actually more like an Italian spelling, how the Italians write the word Michael. So they don't write it as Michael, they write it, it's pronounced, in Italian it's pronounced Michele.
Mikel, okay?
Yeah, but
pronounce your name for me, please.
Mikel.
That's
Thank
correct.
you very much.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, Mikel, you have the song, Nigel. You on my pro?
I see a lot of your Facebook people are asking for home.
A lot of people asking for home, Mikel.
Yes.
Give us home. Oh, yes, that song. That song,
okay.
Boy. Let's go.
I'm a child of a warrior, daughter of a slave, product of the blood that my ancestors gave. I am fierce Kalinago in the Pegual light. I am proud Mandingo in the dark of night. Yeah. I am a white Tukubuli, native to the core, endowed with the free spirit of Negmawong, favored with the gifts of freedom and mirth. This I owe to the land of my birth, and I sing home from east with the rising sun to west when the day is done. This land is my home. Oh, I sing home from the mountains that gave her name, the hills from whence freedom came. This land is my home.
Yes, this land is my home. This land is our home.
Wow. Quickly, another caller. Quickly, yeah? And let's make this quick. Caller, hello.
Hello, good morning. Fast and quick question. Good morning, Fireman Touching Base. Good morning to member and great Empress. Mikel Henderson is a great Empress of the country. Now, Mikel, I have a question to us. There are a whole heap of bands in River Nickel, right? And a whole heap of artists in River Nickel. Most time they go into tours overseas. There are some local artists right there that can do, even if some of them singing garbage, but some of them have some good message. Why doesn't take them and talk to give them a little exposure?
Who says that?
Like, listen.
Who said I doesn't take them on tour to do them a little
Not you personally, I mean the other bands. I'm talking about you. I tell you it's a great impression. I know you're doing great things. But I want not you alone to do and more to do because well and truly now, as you say, that's a good product for our country. We have to elevate the country, can do it by ourselves. Who in front? Bring people after you. My brother Esa Bantan, internationally, you need to bring some local artists, get them exposure. Up and running, Fireman running, I'm listening, give thanks for like bless up.
All right.
Thank you, Fireman. Well, I mean, it's actually easier said than done because I think the major problem here would be cost. Because promoters are trying their best to have as few people travel as possible because they have to provide a hotel and flight accommodation and so on and per diem for every member of your group. So that is usually the issue you have, is that the cost of doing it is prohibitive. But if you can, it would be great, you know. We just, St. Lucia Jazz Colton happened to be in St. Lucia, so it was a win-win situation for us. He happened to be in St. Lucia, and this is one of the largest platforms, if not the largest platform in St. Lucia. So it was a no-brainer, you know, the idea to have him on. He reached out to me. Kudos to him, because I have to say that a lot of artists are sort of shy in a way and not bold enough to actually make a request and say, well, okay, I heard you're doing this. I would like to, you know, and I thought that was, I admired his courage. I was like, yes, you know, somebody's actually interested in doing something to help themselves. And so it was a no-brainer. We actually took a song and fit it into the repertoire to make sure that he had a platform to because it wasn't originally on the repertoire, but we put it there so that he had a chance to come and sing. That he's in St. Lucia more often now. I think he's almost kind of moved there to the largest platform on the island to present himself to the public, and he was there doing a radio tour as well. So this was beneficial to me as it was to him, because for me it's always been my mandate to be that platform, be that person that actually sticks my foot in the door and then pulls everybody else with me. So it worked out great for us. We had a very interesting, nuanced performance because of his presence, and then he got the platform. So it was a win-win situation, and I think all of us artists can do that. I've worked with.
You have to be bold, but respectful, of course. But
respectful, you can be bold. but he was bold, and that to me was like, yes, this is what you need. That's the kind of person I want to help. Somebody who's actually willing to get out there and say, hey, I have a product, I would like to. And I've always admired that about him. For years ago, he actually posted a picture the other day of the two of us in 2013, which was like way back when.
11 years ago.
I've always admired his courage, and he puts himself out there. He gets his videos done, like Mary Pascal does, like Carlin XP does. People who actually show initiative and don't sit back and wait for things to happen. Those kinds of people there, you don't mind bringing them with you. You take them with you. They're not a weight on your shoulder. They actually enhance your performance, and
you have to make your mark.
Still get their own. Yes,
you have to be innovative and do things sometimes differently.
Yeah, you do, and I'm glad for him, and I hope that more comes out of this, because he would have been seen by a lot of the press. He was actually featured in some of the media stuff when they were one company did something with Marshall, and he was prominently featured. His footage was there more than a lot of the other artists. So I was very happy for that, and I hope in the future for us to continue doing that, and then we have more collaborations with other artists. I look forward to.
As you mentioned that, though, what was the St. Lucia Jazz experience like for you?
It was phenomenal. St. Lucia is kind of like home, because we used to go to St. Lucia a lot before. So we are familiar with the press there. We're familiar with a lot of people. I have friends who are like family living in St. Lucia, So it was like a homecoming, really. And part of the charm about it was that there were a lot of Dominicans there as well. So it really felt good to be back home, I should say. And the St. Lucian public has always, from the inception of my career, showed me a lot of love. So it was nice to be able to be back with them.
No, you had just performed at the Jazz and Creole event in Dominica, of course, and you wowed the crowd, and then you went to St. Lucia, and that too was big. Tell us about of course, Nigel, I'm asking you how was St. Lucia, but how was the on-stage performance when you went on stage? And even before you came on stage, I'm sure that you would have heard the crowd, already. Yeah. How was that for you, that experience in St. Lucia?
It's always, and in Dominica too, it's always a fulfilling experience, because as an artist, that's your role. Your role is there to elevate the public. Life has all of its complications already, so artists there is a vital tool to raise people out of the depression and the whatever worries that they're going through. So for me, when I see the audience anticipating that rise, through their cheering and their welcome, it shows me that as an artist I'm actually accomplishing the goals that I'm set out to do. That is what God put me there to do. God put me there as a balance to all the challenges of the world. It's my job to keep people hopeful.
And you take that job seriously?
I take it very seriously. That is my role. That's what I'm there. I'm there to help people, to lift them out of whatever drudgery it is that life has thrown at them. And I take that job seriously. Every artist should recognize that is your role. Your role is not just there to be, flamboyant and to attract attention. You actually have a purpose on the planet to help people. And so that is what, and when you see people being helped, when you see people joyful and happy and singing along, then you know you have accomplished your goal. And so that for me is always, like, to me, better than the actual payment for doing the gig. Is having people actually, you can see that with even with Burna Boy. He gets paid a lot of money, but if people are not receptive and happy, he doesn't feel good. And he'll let you know that. You know what I mean?
Sometimes too much.
Yeah. Obviously. But it just goes to show you that is the real recompense, the real what do you call it now? The real payment for doing the job is to see the audience satisfied.
So we want to stay in St. Lucia, but let's just find out, because this person has been on for a while. So let's see if this person wants to share something. Hi, go ahead, you are on.
Peace be on to each and
yes, so thank you for calling. Let's make it quick.
I just want to say good morning to Queen.
Hey! My friend from Barbados.
Yes, please. And I heard you would be on today, so I was praying you play my song. I love that song so much. Home.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, yeah, she sang Home.
Yes. And yes, I heard it just now.
Right.
And I always remember you as in Barbados at the Usain Bolt complex when you sang Carry Calm.
Yeah.
All right.
So God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Continue
I appreciate
the good work.
Thank you. I will.
Right. Thanks for calling. Thank you. Okay, so yes, we go back to St. Lucia. First time you performed Purple Rain?
No.
That song?
No, actually, and it's a nod back to the first time I was on main stage in St. Lucia, and I've been on main stage in St. Lucia with the Free Winds Band. So they took me along when they got a main stage performance. They took me along. We were like right before Rihanna, so it was done. I think it was many years ago though. But that was one of the songs that we performed. It was the last song we performed, and I thought it,
so you added to poetic. It for St. Lucia?
It was rather poetic, to add it to the repertoire.
Nice.
Because when we came on this as a Free Winds Band, and all the media basically wrote stories about this, they thought this is a cruise ship band, like why are they on the main stage, but we performed well, and we had John Novello, who happened to be, he was Stevie Wonder's piano player, with us, and so everybody was shocked that the band actually had performed so well, and Purple Rain was our finale. And I remember them writing, articles about this.
This is not an easy song to sing, Nigel. That is vocally challenging.
It's not.
Oh, wow.
It's not. But Prince, Prince is one of the iconic artists of our generation.
Was he a favorite artist of yours
back in the day, long ago? I have too many artists to pick a favorite, but he was there. Okay. Yeah, there are some artists who just stand out that you cannot compare them to anybody. Prince is one of those. Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin. There's no one compares to these people. There's no comparison, So they have that echelon. To me, it's very narrow, very small, But he's one of those people that I admired, a lot.
Nigel, you want to verse? I'm sure you want. Nigel, tell me your verse. Nigel, tell me your verse in Purple Rain in the chorus.
Pride I want. But there's also somebody that says, Mikel, I want something in Creole or in French. At least one line in Sacrifice or some Creole one.
Yeah, I think for the rest of the program we don't have much time, so we'll just go with songs. So let's go Mikel singing.
Sacrifice. What is it?
She can't give
you sacrifice.
Yeah. I sang the second verse in that song, so it's Ipanimo qui sa expliquer quatre manières moi mais vous pas ni assez manière pour me tuer l'amour qui a à moi pour vous ne bon monde moi que gwen pepo même à falaise moi que tomber pour plaisir moi même pas trop chérie l'amour même c'est pas l'amour. Pour vous, moi que faire un sacrifice. Pour vous, moi que faire un sacrifice. Yeah.
All right, you happy, right? I hope you're happy. You got sacrifice.
But I still want Purple Rain. At least I want. I know Mikel is tired. I know. I mean, she has had it there, but
first verse, second verse,
any verse will do. Any verse will do.
Honey, I know, times are changing. Yeah. You have to snap now. It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want to lead, yeah, but you can't make up your mind. I think you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain, yeah. Purple rain, purple rain, oh, purple rain, purple
Yes. Okay. You got Purple Rain.
Wow.
You got Purple Rain now, Ivona. You happy, right?
Yes.
Miguel always requests that song. Miguel Labadie.
Yes,
So Miguel
Miguel.
Labadie. All right, Dr. Miggs, you got yours as well. So you got your Purple Rain as well. I know you're not leaving before you give me My Pride. Even if the show up there.
Let's go with My Pride.
My Pride.
Whenever you want to, you know.
She can go now. Let's go.
People came into my homeland and they crucified my friends. They took captive all my people and took us away in chains. They took from us our freedom and they took us from our home to a land across the sea where they worked us all day long. Because of God, I will forgive them, for thanks to God, I'm alive. Now there's one way that I know, then I am sure to survive. For though they took from me the clothes I wore, they took from me my gain. There is one thing here inside me, one thing still remains. I want to let them know, I want them to know, they can strip me of all my wealth, my clothes, my home, but tell them I know. So I want them to know too, they can take everything they want from me, but there's one thing they cannot have, you see. My pride, my pride, my pride.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Nigel. This is talent.
Yes. That was for Teacher Francis. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes, funny because I wrote that. I think I was in fifth form. You know.
Oh yeah.
That's why I said that.
Wow.
I was in fifth form. My mother said.
Yes, and I remember you performing that.
Yeah, she said, they have a competition, Dumbfest some competition, and I said, okay. And I kind of had somebody who was in my
still at grammar school at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, that's why it stuck with me. You know. Yes. So, Mikel, in terms of the entertainment industry, what's your take on what's happening within the entertainment industry? Or do we have an entertainment industry?
I mean, industry exists, whether or not we participate in it is the question. The industry exists. It's a worldwide industry, as you can see, with artists touring all over the place. It's not a local industry. We have varying levels, where you perform at the local level, regional, international level, but it's the same industry. So it exists. What we have to do is to position ourselves in that industry to maximize our benefit from the industry. And that is why I'm very keen on making sure that people understand how the industry works, and so that they actually position themselves so they can benefit. Otherwise, you'll be at a level in the industry where you feel like you're struggling and nothing actually works for you. But that's because you have to put certain things in place, like the others who are successful at it. And you have to show some initiative of your own. It's not going to fall into your lap. So whereas the industry does exist, there's certain key factors that you have to consider and certain key steps you have to take to actually position yourself in the right place in the industry to receive the benefit from it.
Let me just say, Nigel, hello to the Luge girls because they are listening and I have to call them. They love Ophelia.
Yes, of course you have
they
to
love
call
Ophelia, but they love Mikel as well.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
Natalia, Amber, Chelsea, and Dijana. So
lovely.
Morning.
Hi guys, hi ladies.
Someone is on the line. Let's take this final call because all the lines are going. Hi, you are on. Good morning.
Can I have Where Are You Now?
Yes, you're on.
Oh my God.
You want Where Are You Now?
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right then. Mikel, where are you now?
I see through the window of my mind a time when things were very different from the way they are now. I hear the laughter in the air, a smile when I remember how we used to dance in the rain. I hear your voice calling, I see you running through the grass, calling out to me, but that was then. Where are you now? I need your heart to love me now. Your arms to hold and keep me warm. Your words to guide me on my way. To comfort me when I feel down. To help me face my troubles on my own.
Wow, Nigel, you know sometimes they transport you to another world and put you in another realm.
Yes, like you can just sit there and you end up somewhere else, you know. Mikel, where can people get your music?
Everywhere. My music is on Spotify. All of the major music platforms is available. So Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Play, Apple Music. Yeah, you name it. They're pretty much on every platform. So
do you feel that you could have? Do you feel that you've done sufficient videos to accompany your music? Do you think that's something you need to do more?
I haven't done it. No,
I like that
listen, answer. I've done a lot of music. I've done nowhere near as much marketing as I should have done for my music. I admit that straight up. Wow. That's not a secret either. You know, so there's always, and I can always do that now. You know, there's room for that. So there's lots of songs that I can do videos for. It's just a matter of collecting the time, one, and two, the funds to put together a nice package that we can get all these videos, because video promotion is very important. So I mean, okay. I'm by no means the perfect artist. I have plenty of shortcomings. So I accept.
But you put in the work
100%. But I accept advice from everyone who has some good advice, and that is one of those good pieces of advice, to do more videos for the songs that I have already released and for the ones I have upcoming.
Have you ever gotten emotional on stage?
All the time. It's not a performance if I'm not emotional on stage. Wow. My performances, especially with songs that I write, part of me, they're part of my life experience, my lived experience. And so when I share that with people, I always relive the emotions that I had when I was either writing them.
But your voice never wavers. It's
does.
Always strong.
No, it does.
It
does. Yeah, because I find people tell me, "Whoa, that performance was perfect," and I know in my mind, I broke here, I shuddered there, I know those things, but I know probably in the audience sometimes you get caught up. It's almost like a rapture. You get caught up in the performance, and so you don't really hear the mistakes. But the musicians on the stage, we know when we make mistakes. We are aware.
Do you scold yourself at times after a performance?
Not scold. I used to scold, but now I study. There's a difference. So I used to be like really mad at myself when I made a mistake, but then. And now I look at it as, there's an opportunity for improvement. That I can do better. So I do. It's important. I'm telling artists to do that too. Record yourself performing. I mean, video, right? And audio. And watch it. And you will see for yourself the parts that you need to improve. And you just work on that. Don't beat yourself up about it, because every artist has this issue. No artist is perfect. But you improve. You spend time improving. I noticed I had a problem with pitching at one point, and I spent time telling myself, okay, you need to pay attention when you're on stage, even when you're moving and walking across the stage, to correct your pitch when you're on stage. That's something I noticed about myself, and so I started doing it and making sure that I listen well enough, that I can hear all instruments well enough to remain in correct pitch with the rest of the band. So that's something I worked on. I also noticed something that I close my eyes a lot when I sing. I would not have noticed that if I didn't watch the videos. And so I make a conscious effort now to communicate directly, when I'm in a live audience, to actually make eye contact with people, because it makes a huge difference.
Have you ever had the experience where you're on stage, but the musicians, the music, it's not in conformity with what you're saying at the time or something like that? Something just not happening and going. How do you navigate yourself from this?
You have to rise above it. There's no, you can't really control the actions of others. And so when you find yourself in a situation the music isn't quite, there's sometimes you can probably stop the band, because if you know their capability, for example, and something went wrong, we stop and then we start again, and you just make an entertaining thing out of it. But if you're like, I go sing and a school band or something is accompanying me and they don't really have it right, I'm not gonna tarnish the performance by either being down, not giving my best. No, I actually just focus on what it is I need to do.
Nice.
And the professional thing to do is to continue doing your part well. And that's
quick follow-up on that, as I want to say that. And you can answer, you cannot answer. It's okay. Of course, Junior being your husband, but also being the I guess the manager of the band too, and so on and so on. You guys ever clash on a professional level and say, "No, Junior, this not that. I want that song."
But that happens all the time. If you're in the band house. It happens all the time. That is par for the course. But he's the band leader, and I would not be doing any of this if it wasn't for him, because his courage and his support is what keeps me because it's a difficult job. It's not as easy as people think it is, you know. So without his initial push, it was his initial investment that got me into music anyway, because he took all his money basically and bought equipment and stuff for me to be able to start a band. I didn't have the means to do that. So without him, I would not be doing what I'm doing. So I always want to let him know that I appreciate every effort that he's ever made, and every award or accolade I've ever gotten, he is part and parcel of that. So you're not just awarding me, awarding him too, because without him I would not be doing. I'd probably be working at NBD.
Big
to be honest,
Junior.
I'm telling you straight up.
Yeah, big up.
But thank you to Mrs. Fedel who told me, you know, at that NBD interview, is this what you really want to do? And I said, nah.
Wow.
She helped me to be true to myself, to be honest, and I thank her for that. She changed my life that day. She didn't know. She doesn't know this. I saw her yesterday, and I didn't tell her that, but she didn't know that. But she changed my life that day, helping me to understand that really I had a passion, I had a talent, and I really should follow it.
Sorry, so talking about NBD, let me just remind Dominicans residing in Houston, and that the NBD will be. Nigel, you have the notes. I'm trying to get it to you. You can visit the NBD team on Saturday, so that's next week Saturday from 2 to 5:30 at the Hampton Inn near Galleria, and you can engage with the NBD and find out more about how you can do business such as purchasing land or building your home in Dominica. And on Sunday, May 26th, that's next week Sunday, the NBD team will be available at the Houston Association picnic at George Bush Park to further discuss your need. So that's a good initiative taken by the NBD. They'll also be in Miami as well. And
yes, on May 29th, they'll be in Miami, Spring Hill Suites, 69. So you can go there to discuss all your things with them. And also 2:30 to 5, May 28th on the Tuesday. Engage with them on how you can purchase land, build your home, invest in Dominica. And more importantly, you're going to win a ticket to the World Creole Music Festival. And a trip to Dominica for that. So, but you have to be present at the event in order for you to win that. So, those of you in Miami, see you out there.
May I suggest that they get actual addresses for the venues, just so people are, because Hampton in Galleria.
Wonderful.
Okay. I mean, it's probably good enough, but it would be good to have like a street address.
Yeah, more precise. Okay.
Yes.
More precise. Yes, we'll tell them that. That's good idea.
Yeah.
So Nigel, it's already after 11.
This always happens. That always happens.
But we need another song to close. We can get a song to close at least. Maybe something a little more.
I wanna what?
Which one, Nigel? Which one, Nigel? You want? The beat goes on.
I saw you just the other day, baby, and you were trying to think of what to say. I guess you still don't realize you're gonna bring about your own demise. I thought that you had gone away, baby, looking for another girl to play. And if that's the way it goes, one day you're gonna reap the seeds you've sown. I said the beat goes on, baby. My life goes on without you. And did you think that I was gonna sit around and cry or wait for you to come back? You know the beat goes on. My life goes on without you. And did you think that I was gonna sit around and cry? Oh no.
Wow. Mikel,
wonderful.
Henderson.
Wonderful. Mikel,
good. Yes.
As always, I mean, thank you for connecting, for sharing, for being as humble as you are and as being as open as you are in terms of wanting to share with others. You know, I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot.
It's a pleasure, an honor.
Let me ask you quickly though, Mikel. So when you think about how far you have come, in your moments of solitude, do you feel like just gratified at your accomplishments?
Always. Like that is always the two things. I shouldn't say the, because it's two things I always feel simultaneously. Is gratitude and the desire to do more. Like I'm grateful for everything that I've experienced, because I believe life itself is art. You know, so the way you live your life is a piece of art. It's a work of art. Because even when you're gone, people are going to look back at how beautifully you lived your life or not, you know. So for me, I'm grateful that I've had all the opportunities and I've lived a wonderful life to this day. But I still see so much in the future. I still see, as I live my life in futures, I see the things that I can accomplish, the people that I can help, the impacts I can make on the society, and those things give me a desire to continue. It gives me a renewed interest in life. So they happen simultaneously, the gratitude and the continued interest in doing more.
Will you be taking part in Fete Isidore tomorrow in any way, or?
Well, yeah, as a participant, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I can just enjoy Isidore and relax, because I need to relax. I've had a really, really intense year so far. So I really do need some time to pause. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And I look forward to the collaboration between you, Chubby, and Asa.
I know. So. I talked to them about that already. You
need,
I don't know if they remember. But I
this.
think as a trio from Grand Bay,
yes,
we should do something together. I believe so, and I'm putting it out there to Asa. Let's work on that while we have Chubby here still strong, and we should do something with him to represent.
Yes, that would be a wonderful collab, Chubby, Mikel, and Asa. And
I agree with that.
100%. Please do.
I'm
please
all for it. I'm all for it.
Go get it going, okay? Yes,
get it going, man.
Alan, please talk to Asa, right? I'll call him now.
Yeah, tell him that.
Book your magic.
Because he's so busy. He's busy. When I see
my
Asa
goodness,
passing on his vehicle, he's so busy.
No. Let's make it happen. Marlon, call Asa now. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. So as we leave Nigeria, let us just call a few names quickly from the book. I see Susie Peter, Lilo Peter. We can't even go with the comments, seriously. We're just calling some of you.
Oh, so
Patty
many.
Kazime, Bozo Michael, or is that Marlene JJ, Susie Peter again, Alexi Mariano Green, Claudia Rabes, Jacqueline Stedman, Royal Blaise, Sandra Norris, Sammy Coles-Lati. Hey, Sammy's on, nice.
Yes, Lati Bella, it's Jacqueline Stedman, so...
Mike Drago is there as well.
Hurley, Love Alone, so many.
Sherian Mildred Jules, yes.
I can say Natty Bellot, my childhood friend from time. We've been like ride or die. Nice. I see her there.
Sandra Norris and everybody. Thank you so much.
And then somebody saying, so Mikel, we're getting new music sometime soon. And
we'll work on it, man. We'll work on it. Yeah.
Working on it.
I feel it's y'all have inspired me to go back into the studio and write some more stuff. So apparently my music is, people like it. So I guess I can do some.
They love it. They love it.
Do some more, yeah.
All right, Marlon, call Asa. I want that collab with Asa, Chubby, and Mikel.
Wait, Tilly. Call Tilly. Make it happen.
Yes. Make this happen, man. Well, Mikel, thank you so much. Welcome. That's part 2. We should have a part 3 another time, Nigel. Of course.
Yes, because we haven't found about her part in terms of her lost studies.
But we need to focus more on that.
We didn't talk much about that.
Yes. That's going to be important too, Yes.
Yeah.
And she'll probably bring some friends along. You know what I like? I like to say when we have the queen power, when we have the female power.
Yeah, so we did. Let me tell you something.
Up and coming, female artists with her,
You see, at that Alliance event that we've started with Jazz, I have to kudos to Charlene, White Christian, and the Alliance Forces for bringing us women together. I mean, we did have a good friendship, but this is kind of solidified the group of sisters and that sisterhood there. Let me tell you about it. I love those girls. I love them. I love them. And I want all of us to actually go forward together and continue to help each other and encourage each other.
I like this.
We don't want
I love how you guys support each other.
We do this going,
We do, and we want to keep it going because we don't want to fall into that system of rivalry. There's space for everybody to be successful.
That is what I like.
And if we can help each other to do it, then we help each other to do it. So this platform has helped us so much. I've always been friends with many of the girls, But this platform now has sort of put our friendship in the public, so now people can see that we've been there for each other. We've in various ways. I've sung with all of them. I've written for some of them. So I just want us to just continue doing that, and even when I'm not there for them, to continue doing that for each other.
Empower each other, man. I love this. I really love this. I can recall, I spoke to Shalina just before the St. Lucia performance, and she told me that she was working, on working with you.
Yeah.
So she was working with you.
Oh yes.
And Abia as well. So a lot is happening. I like that. So keep this going.
God. And these things they're so generous with their time and their talents and their efforts. Everybody there is just, I'm telling you, it's wonderful. And we miss Shanice. Shanice, we missed you because she was not well.
Yes, she was not well.
But Shanice is also part of that group, and we want to continue doing that.
And I see Marie Pascal is a big fan of yours as well.
Marie, that's my goodness. That's my
Yes.
African sister.
Nice.
I tell them already they have to bring me to Cameroon. I have to go with them, onto Senegal. And Marie's my girl. Marie and her sister have been great supporters, wonderful friends, and colleagues. So, and everybody on there, like Shalina Lily joined us this year. Amazing performer too. I love to see her growth.
I love that. Tasha P and all the rest.
Tasha, Colleen and I have been working together for so long. You know, so it's a real sisterhood, and we wanted to completely avoid and bypass that concept of rivalry we had seen in the past with the male bands mostly. But we were like, we don't need that. That's unnecessary.
Nice. I like this.
That's unnecessary. So we continue on a different path, and so far it's been wonderful, and we look forward to next year. I don't know who we're honoring next year, but same vim, same enthusiasm, same camaraderie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, so thank you so much again, Mikel. I just wish that we had another hour, but the time has come and gone.
That always happens, Ivan.
Yes, I know, right?
Man. Nigel, I don't know, yeah? We'll have to do something. That's what we can do.
Yeah, okay.
But thank you.
You're welcome. So much. Thanks, guys, for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you to the audience. To those of you who joined us on Facebook. It was great having you. It's always my pleasure to talk to you and always a pleasure to entertain. So I look forward to seeing you in the future at one of my live shows. And yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Check out our music. All the female artists from Dominica. Check out all of our music. We're doing good stuff. So check us out.
And check the NBD as well. And wonderful things happening the NBD, okay? All right. Stay care. Nigel, so we'll do it again next week, God willing?
Yes, we'll do it again next week. Connect again.
Right.
God bless. All right.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speed the delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime.